This past weekend, Nick Bull successfully defended his WBA featherweight title against TJ Doheny. It was a decent win, and TJ is a good name to have on the resume. Even at 38 years old in the 126-pound division, TJ still has some slick movement and was making Nick Bull miss quite a bit early on. However, I think TJ eventually showed his age towards the back half of the fight, as he simply gassed out and then Nick amped up the pressure. Beating the likes of TJ is no walk in the park, as he has a wealth of experience inside the ring and has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, so congrats to Nick for getting that win. The articles I've seen regarding Nick Bull vs TJ Doheny aren't really discussing the fight itself, but instead what happened at the end of the first round. TJ had Nick in a bit of a headlock as the final bell went, and after TJ holds Nick there for maybe a little too long, Nick retaliates by kicking him in the back of the leg. While you could argue TJ caused the situation and I wouldn't have any problem with TJ getting a point taken away, I think Nick overreacted at the same time. I mean, at no point in a boxing match should anyone throw kicks, and in general, if you hit someone after the bell, that should be an automatic point taken away. The ref had a chat with Nick and TJ about the incident before the second round commenced, and that was really it. Nick should have gotten a point taken away, 100%. I'm not trying to dispute that. However, TJ wasn't affected by this kick at all from what it looked like, and the fight carried on normally, so something like a disqualification would be unnecessary. I was kinda surprised that there were this many headlines about the kick. By the 4th and 5th rounds, I pretty much forgot it happened and just watched the fight as normal. Yes, Nick can be a dirty fighter sometimes, especially with his clinch work, and the kick itself warrants a point deduction, but that's really where my stance ends. Nick even got a point taken away in the 9th for pushing TJ down a second time, so it all kinda got squared away and evened out. As for the actual fights, it was pretty entertaining. Nick's boxing style is the definition of take a punch to give 3 punches back. Due to his short reach, he really has to get inside the pocket to fire off his combinations. He has an explosive style, and while this can make him a dangerous fighter, it also leaves him open to getting countered coming in. Nick has been known to be quite hittable, but it appears like his chin is rock solid, and I wonder if anyone in the division can put a dent in him. The pressure that Nick puts on people is very fun to watch, but at times he has a tendency of smothering his work by clinching because of him needing to either be all the way in or all the way out of range. And he seems like he loses his balance sometimes lunging in. Now Nick can close the distance really well, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying that it leaves him with a few problems that a better boxer could capitalize on. In the early few rounds, TJ was doing a good job of keeping Nick at bay, but due to TJ's poor gas tank, the fact that he's 38 years old doesn't help, and Nick's relentless pace towards the end, TJ had nothing left and Nick won by corner retirement in the 10th. Nick has defended his WBA featherweight title once again, so now he's going to unify the belts in the division, right? Well, maybe not. It seems like every champion at 126 is comfortable with their respective belts, and they aren't willing to unify. Angelo Leo, Stephen Fulton, Rafael Espinoza, and Nick Bull are all in the prime of their careers. Nick Bull is 28 years old, and the rest of them are 30. They should be at the peak of their powers and fighting each other. Boxing fans could say that they're young and they're still building their resume up, but it's like, they're fucking champions. Nobody holding a boxing world title should be still working their way up. To be fair, TJ Doheny is a solid win, but if we take a look at the featherweight rankings, all the champions make up the top 5 plus Ray Vargas, who drew with Nick last year. So why aren't they fighting each other? Well, the only real star hovering around the bantam/featherweight divisions is Naoya Inoue. So, I believe most of the champions from 126 are biding their time to then get a big payday fighting Inoue from the lower weight class. I get it. Boxing is prize fighting after all, and Inoue is the biggest draw in those lighter divisions. Maybe if the champions at 126 all mix it up, it would ignite the division's popularity and make it more profitable. I don't know, man. Ultimately, there's no way Inoue loses to any of these boxers. He's too precise, he's too powerful, and whenever he does move up to featherweight, I can't wait, because there'll be some actual unification. What do you think? Let me know. I'll catch you down the road.